What's cracking, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. New video. So yesterday, I saw a video, and that's what the topic is going to be today. Lil Cuete from Norwalk. Excuse me. I try to hold my tongue, if something's not really content or if I don't see where I can go with the content, I'll avoid it. I just, let it go and let other people talk about it if they choose, right? And, over the last, maybe, 6, 7 months, 8 months, maybe, Lil Cuete has been on the radar. It started with him dissing and calling out Mr. Criminal. He was constantly calling him out. And I felt it was to the point of bullying, right? Who am I, though? But that was my opinion. I was like, this about was just trying to bully the dude. I had never heard, just to remind everybody, when I was in prison, over 24 years in prison, right? Never, ever, ever did I hear raza, like anybody I fuck with, bumping so-called with the title I hate, Chicano rap. Hey, fool, check this fool out. Never. So I didn't know who Lil Cuete was. I didn't know who Mr. Criminal was. A lot of these dudes, I just didn't know who they were till I got out, right? And then I started hearing about stuff. So, Lil Cuete popped up on my radar, and it just seemed like he was just like a gnat, not to, sound fucked up, but it's just like he was annoying. He was just, oh, this motherfucker again, this guy again. And he was like beefing with Ryder G. And I was like, how do you beef with Ryder G? Let that man do his thing. You know what I mean? Like, and then he showed up to, another podcast, and he had a mask on, and he was talking about lefty gunplay needs to be careful, and I was just like, whoa. But I'll tell you this. I remember when I saw that video, I was like, what's going on in his head that he's wearing a mask? It's like when I talked about Ryan Garcia the other day when I did the video on him, and he had a helmet on, and I said it reminded me of Ricky Williams. When Ricky Williams was in the NFL, and he would always do interviews with a helmet on, because later it came out he was suffering with some issues with anxiety and I think depression. I don't know. And so he wore the helmet as some comfort, like it was his armor that gave him comfort. And I remember seeing that Lil Cuete interview, and I was like, I wonder what's going on in his head. Why does he have that mask on? Like, what's going on that he doesn't want? Normally you want people to see your face when you're talking, especially if you're talking aggressive. You want to make sure that there's no that people understand that you're serious. And that when he was all covered up, and you see him all the time, like he was on Camp Capone recently, and but you would always see him in a bulletproof vest, and I was like, come on, 50 Cent, like. So I wasn't a fan. I would see, I saw the video of him getting in a fight in the street, and he grabbed the guy's leg and then was choking him out. And, and I was like, this dude, he has a lot of negative energy. And then boom, yesterday I see a video of him, and he introduced himself, I think as Peter something. And I was like, oh, okay. And he was getting baptized, and it was a video that he put up on his own channel, and he said and it says something like he's making a change in his life. And I said, I was busy doing a bunch of different things yesterday, and it stayed on my mind. I knew I was going to do this video. I wanted to do it yesterday and post it yesterday, but here I am today on a Sunday, and maybe that's more fitting. And I know that videos like this, they don't have enough negative energy around them for people to want to click on it. But we're still going to do this. It was just recently where he was clowning Criminal for Criminal when Criminal was supposedly turning Christian. And it looks like he's not turning Christian, but Lil Cuete is. And honestly, I applaud that. Something weighed on his heart to where he felt he needed something bigger than him to get him right. And I don't care, me personally, I don't ever, if somebody decides to they're going to be Muslim or Jehovah's Witness, Christian, whatever it is, I don't knock it. It's not for me to judge, but I will acknowledge it that's a powerful step. And everyone that I've ever met who really took those steps and was 100% in that step and the steps necessary afterwards, they always find happiness. Doesn't mean that everything immediately goes great in their lives. No. But it's a better step than the steps that were taken prior to that. Obviously, if they had been stepping right, if they had been on the right path prior to that decision, they would have never came to that conclusion. They would have thought they had it all figured out. And at the end of the day, none of us do. None of us have it figured out. I've said a bunch of times, and I'll say it again here, I'm a Christian. I identify myself as a Christian, just no one else's version of a Christian. And there's people that don't like when I say that, and that's fine. And I tell them, remember the Pharisees, and they were all over Jesus and his disciples. Oh, you let them work on the Sabbath. You let them this, you let them that. And Jesus told them, you're worried about the law rather than the works. Something along those lines. And, and I tell people, remember how the Pharisees judged him. Look at what they did to him. So I respect people's relationships with God. I think they should be personal. I'm of the flesh. Right? So that's why I say I'll never be nobody else's version. I can't be what you want me to be. I don't have to worry about what another human being has to say about me when it comes to my relationship with God. I did a video the other day with Big Mike from Chicano Style Bikers. That was a great interview. He did a great job. And, he said he's atheist and he's very, courageous and strong and what I didn't say but what I hoped in my mind then and what I hope now is that if this thing doesn't turn around, that he will build that relationship. In my experience, most people that are dying of an illness, at the very end they do seek God out, whatever God, the God of their choosing. The world right now is crazy, man. It really is. There's so much going on, so much negativity that if Lil Cuete, and he doesn't, I'm sure he's probably not even going to go by that name anymore. I would think he wouldn't if he's really turning Christian. And that's another thing, he's going to have to rebuild his brand. And what is his music going to be? Is he going to still make music? What is his music going to be? It's going to be a trip, and I will be paying attention now. If this is real, I will be paying attention. I will be subscribing. I want to see the journey. It's going to be hard. I have a very, very, very good friend that is starting a channel, a YouTube channel, and he's an ex-lifer. Did 29 years. Was in the shoe for 17 of that 29, right? And he's a Christian and he's starting a Christian channel. And I told him, I said, look, in all reality, you're not going to make a lot of money on YouTube with your message. But if I know him. I said, as long as you know that and it's all about helping others, I said, you'll be rewarded in that way. Even if you only get 100 views, those 100 views are going to be worth it, right? And he's like, absolutely. And it's a sad thing where positive videos to hopefully try to open people's eyes and help show them better ways. Those videos aren't what people want. You know, they want me to get up here. Like if I had a completely different mindset about this and I badmouthed Lil Cuete for his decision, the video would probably get 10, 15,000 views in one day easily. Negativity is it's a trip how powerful the pull of negative energy is and how dangerous it is. It comes like that. Negativity will attach itself to you as soon as you allow it, and it's hard to shake off. Positivity, you have to work hard for. You have to go through a lot. So, I don't want to keep going on all day about this. Congratulations to Lil Cuete. Hopefully, those of you that have been fans of his don't turn your back on him. Hopefully you stay tuned and see this unfold. I will. I'll be watching. And that's my video. Everybody, please be safe, be smart, and tell the ones you love that you love them, right? I'm out of here.